sure everyone at some point in time in their life has heard the expression that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And yet, there are still many people out there that choose to skip breakfast for one reason or the other. Sometimes they say, oh, I'm not hungry in the mornings, or I just don't have time in the mornings. I got to get to work, got to get the kids to school. Everything's so pressed in the mornings. Or I don't feel like making a big breakfast for just one person. I mean, they've got so many different excuses. But today, I have some quick, easy, keto-friendly breakfasts that are satisfying without overfilling you, that serve only one person, and are ready in less than 5 minutes. And I'm not just going to give you one keto breakfast recipe, but I have 9 different quick, easy keto breakfast recipes. That's one for every day of the week and then some. So you have no excuse to skip on that healthy breakfast every morning. And if you want printable versions of these, then check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of these recipes and other goodies out there for you. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell. That way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And while you do that, let's get cooking. The first one we're going to start with is very simple, very self-explanatory, plain and simple, fruit and yogurt. Scoop your desired amount of yogurt onto a plate or get the pre-measured yogurt cups. I use Greek yogurt and I usually go for the Oikos 000 brand because I know that is sweetened with stevia. Whatever yogurts that you do choose to get, make sure you really read the labels and make sure there's not a bunch of artificial ingredients or high sugars in it. You want to make sure you get a natural yogurt with natural sweeteners in it and whatever flavor you want. I usually do vanilla or berry flavored. Those are my 2 favorites. Slice up the fruit of your choice. My son's favorites are apples and oranges, but of course, those are not keto. So my favorite is mixed berries, but you can also use melons or peaches or whatever type of fruit you want. Tastes great in it. I like to top my yogurt with some pumpkin seeds or flax seeds or chopped nuts to give it a little bit more bulk and to give it some more protein. Then you can either eat them separately or you can add the fruit to the yogurt and mix it together. My son likes to use it as a dip. He'll take his apple slices and dip it into the yogurt and seed mixture, and he loves that for breakfast. That's one of his favorite breakfasts. The second one is what I like to call Keto Cereal. Everybody loves cereal. I grew up on cereal. I was like the cereal kid, always snacking on cereal all the time. But this is a nice, all-natural, keto-friendly one. So in a bowl, you're going to place about 1/3 cup of chopped nuts of your choice. I usually just take some unsalted mixed nuts, place them in my food processor, pulse them a couple times just until they're chopped up. Then add about 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds or the seeds of your choice. Then pour a small amount of milk over the top of the nuts and seeds. And sprinkle some chopped strawberries and blueberries on top. I usually use 1 large strawberry and chop it into half, and then each half I chop into quarters. And then I usually add 2 tablespoons of blueberries, but it's up to you how much berries you want on there. Sprinkle over 1 teaspoon of brown swerve or the desired sweetener of your choice. You can also adjust this if you want yours more sweet tasting. You can add more to it. All these breakfasts are great because they can be altered however your taste buds like. The third one is French toast in a mug. So first off, you need to get a 12 to 16 ounce microwave safe mug. Place 1 tablespoon of butter in the mug and microwave it for about 20 to 30 seconds or until the butter is fully and completely melted. Use a fork and stir it around to make sure that the butter has completely melted and is fully covering the bottom of the mug. Add 1/4 cup of the milk of your choice, 1 large egg, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon monk fruit sweetener or sweetener of your choice, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir this together to fully combine it. Make sure the egg yolk is fully combined into the mixture. Cut 1 to 2 slices of low-carb bread into medium-sized cubes. Should equal about a half cup by the time you're done cutting them up. If you need a recipe for good low-carb bread recipes, I'll leave some links in the description for my low-carb bread recipes and the ones that I usually use for this. Sprinkle the low-carb bread cubes over the egg mixture and gently press the bread cubes into the egg mixture just until each one of the cubes is fully coated with the mixture. You do not want to smash the breadcrumbs, so just gently press them down just so they get covered with the egg mixture. Microwave on high 1 to 1.5 minutes or until the top of the mixture is set and it's not soggy anymore. Now all microwaves vary, so until you're used to the cooking time of your microwave and know exactly how many seconds or minutes it's going to take for you to make this, you might want to put a paper plate underneath your mug. Make sure that you don't get any overflow because eggs do puff up a little bit when they're cooked in the microwave. So this French toast does have egg in it, so it will puff up a little bit. So you want to make sure you don't get an overflow. So it's always a good idea until you are used to the time set of your microwave to place the mug on a paper plate when you microwave it, just to make sure you don't have any messes. Next, we have fried egg in a mug. I know you're like, you can't fry an egg in a microwave. Well, guess what? Yes, you can. You need to have an 8 to 12 ounce microwave safe mug. Spray it with some cooking spray, that way the egg does not stick, so really make sure that you spray it. Then sprinkle about 1/8 teaspoon of salt into the bottom of the mug. Now this salt is there for the purpose of helping to attract heat. By the salt attracting the heat, it helps the egg to cook more evenly. So you don't need to put a lot of salt. It's not for the purpose of taste. You can always add salt to it after it's cooked if you want to. But this little tiny bit of salt that we're putting down there is just for the purpose of attracting the heat and helping the egg to cook evenly. So once you've added the salt to the bottom, then crack 1 egg into the mug and pierce it all over at least 5 times with a fork. This is very, very important. You must pierce your eggs or your eggs will explode. And you don't want that. You'll have a huge mess in your microwave. So make sure you pierce the egg all over at least 5 times. And if you're wanting 2 eggs, then go ahead and crack another one on top of that egg. I usually do 2 eggs, and then pierce that one again at least 5 times all over the egg. Cover the mug with a small microwavable plate and microwave on high 30 seconds. Now it's not going to be done after 30 seconds. You're just going to check it and make sure that it is beginning to quote unquote fry, which means it's going to be starting to get a little bit white around the edges. So you just want to check it, make sure it is getting a little white on the edges. Return the mug back to the microwave, make sure you get that plate on top, don't forget to cover it, and microwave it for another 20 to 30 seconds more, or until the yolk is done to your desired taste. If you want a more runny yolk, then probably closer to 20 seconds is better for you. If you want a firm yolk, then closer to 30 seconds. I usually do it for another 30 seconds, and it gives me a creamy yolk, almost the texture of a hard-boiled egg. So I really like it like that when I fry my egg in the microwave. So it's all up to you and your choice of taste. Again, every microwave's different, so until you get used to the timing on your microwave, place the mug on a paper plate when you microwave it to make sure we don't have any explosions of eggs. Next, we have fruit with breakfast whipped cream. So for breakfast whipped cream, place 1 cup of heavy whipping cream in a small bowl. Add up to 1 tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener or granulated sweetener of your choice. This is optional. If you don't want any sweetness at all in it, you don't have to put any sweetener. This is a breakfast whipped cream. It is not meant to be a dessert. It's just something light for the morning. Add a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then use a hand mixer and mix on medium-high for 3 to 5 minutes or until the cream is thick. Now you do not want to overbeat this because you don't want tough cream. You want it to be light and fluffy. It should be soft, but it should be firm enough to where you put a spoon in it and you flip the spoon upside down that it's not going to drip off your spoon. It should be firm enough to be able to hold its shape. Once you've made your cream, then place the desired amount of the breakfast whipped cream in a small bowl. Put the desired amount of fruit that you want on top. My son likes oranges and apples, so when I make his, I chop up about a half orange or a half an apple in a cup for him. I like strawberries and mixed berries, so that's what I use. Then top it with some chopped pecans or chopped almonds or whatever chopped nuts of your choice. It gives you the extra bulk and the extra protein that's going to make you feel satisfied after you eat it. Now, if you have any extra whipped cream left, you can store it in a mason jar or an airtight container in the fridge for up to 3 days. If you're not going to use it within 3 days, you can freeze it. Just scoop it out by tablespoonfuls, put it on some parchment paper on a baking sheet, put it in the freezer for a couple hours. Once the scoops are solid, you can put them in a freezer bag and keep them in the freezer for about a month. I probably wouldn't keep them in there any longer. I mean, technically you probably could, but I wouldn't. Next, we have a peanut butter roll-up. Take an 8-inch low-carb tortilla and spread the desired amount of peanut or seed butter over the top of it. Now, if you need a good recipe for low-carb tortillas, I'll leave a link in the description to my low-carb tortilla recipe. Also, when it comes to peanut butter, make sure if you do not make your own, make sure you read the labels. You don't want one with anything artificial in it or any added sugars to it. So really make sure you read the labels. I can't emphasize that enough. When you buy stuff that's pre-made, pre-packaged, read labels. They like to sneak all kinds of stuff in those things. So once you've spread your desired amount of peanut butter on the tortilla, top it with a thin layer of cottage cheese. Then top it with the fruit of your choice. My son likes sliced bananas on his. I like apples. Of course, neither one of those are keto friendly. But if you're going strict keto, you can put berries, peaches, melons, whatever type of fruit you want. Roll the tortilla around the fruit and cut the roll-up into 6 to 8 mini rolls. Peanut butter roll-up. Next, we have a Nutty Bagel. For this, you need 1 low-carb bagel. If you need a recipe for low-carb bagels, I'll leave a link in the description to my recipe of low-carb bagels. So take your bagel and cut it in half. I only eat half a bagel at a time, but if you want a whole bagel, you go ahead and use both halves, but I personally only use 1 half. Place 1 half of the bagel, or both halves if you're eating the whole thing, into the toaster. Toast it on low until your desired toasted texture. I like mine where it's just barely brown. If you like yours darker, then keep it in for longer. It's up to you. After it's toasted, spread your desired amount of cream cheese over it. Then top with some chopped pecans or chopped nuts of your choice. Next, we have no oat oatmeal. Yeah, I know, sounds strange, but trust me, it's very good. In a 16-ounce microwave-safe mug, place 1/4 cup of ground flax seeds. Add 1/2 cup of the milk of your choice. Use a fork and stir slightly, just enough to make the seeds wet. You don't want to massively stir it. The seeds can get gummy if you do that, so just enough to wet the seeds. Microwave on high 45 seconds to 1 minute or until the mixture is thick. Now this does rise a bit while it's heating, so again, until you're used to the timing of your microwave, place the mug on a paper plate when you put it in the microwave. That way, if it does overflow, it just overflows on the paper plate. So once the flaxseed mixture has become thick, add 1 tablespoon of soft butter and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Sprinkle the top with a half teaspoon of brown swerve or sweetener of your choice and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Use a fork and gently stir the mixture until the butter has completely melted. Top with chopped berries and chopped pecans or chopped nuts of your choice. And the last one that we have is Omelet in a Mug. You'll need about a 16-ounce microwave-safe mug. Lightly spray the mug so the eggs don't stick. Add 2 eggs to the mug. And 1 tablespoon of milk of your choice. Use a fork and stir until the egg and the milk are fully combined. One tablespoon of chopped bell peppers. I use red bell peppers. You can use whichever you want. Add a half tablespoon of finely chopped red onion or onion of your choice. Lightly stir it just to make sure the onion is fully distributed in the mug. Add 1 tablespoon of shredded cheese of your choice. I use Colby, but you can use whatever type you want. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of chopped up deli-cut meat or bacon. I like to use deli-cut ham and I just chop it into real small pieces. Then lightly sprinkle seasoned salt and seasoned pepper over the top. Gently stir to fully distribute the seasoned salt and seasoned pepper and to coat the meat completely with the mixture. Now the type of add-ins that you want in this, they can be changed or altered however you want. If you don't like bell peppers, you can put another type of vegetable in it. If you don't like onions, you can put another type of vegetable. You can put spinach, whatever suits your taste. You can add that in, adjust it according to what you like. Microwave on high for 30 seconds. Stir it gently and microwave on high for another 30 to 40 seconds or until the eggs are fully set and there should be no liquid left in the mug. Mine took a total of about 1 minute and 10 seconds or something like that. So it all depends again on your microwave. Everybody's microwave is different. So again, until you are used to the timing of your microwave, place your mug on a paper plate. That way you can avoid any messes. And there you go. 9 quick, easy, tasty, keto-friendly breakfast that eliminates all your reasons for not eating breakfast. Eat and enjoy. And those are our recipes of the day. I hope you enjoyed them all. If you did, hit the like and the subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.